So, cap level has been achieved by many of us. Me, soon to be as well. And what do you do when you hit cap? Well, you start looking at other things you got to maybe grind out. Reputation is certainly one of them. So, how can we do that quickly? Because it's not a fun thing to do for a lot of us. You know, there are a lot of ways to do it now, but what's the quickest way to farm reputation and renown in the War Within? Let's see what Mr. Kalani has to say about it.
Hey folks, this is Kalani. Renown and Reputation works a little differently in the War Within. There are a lot of ways to earn reputation with the 4 new factions of Khazalgar, some of which are much faster and much easier than others. There are also a whole bunch of rewards you can pick up, and you only have to do these rep grinds once for all of your characters to reap the rewards.
That's right, Warbound.
So let's go over all of the ways you can earn reputation or renown in the War Within, and some ways to farm that rep a bit faster or easier. Now before we jump in, be sure to hit up that like button and subscribe so you never miss another video. Let's start by going over why you might want to farm rep or renown this time around, because the War Within makes things much easier in general, but also more worthwhile.
It does.
There are plenty of transmogs.
I've essentially hit level 4 renown with all the factions without doing a single thing to get that. I didn't chase it. I didn't try to get it. I'm just level 4 renown with almost every single faction now, because with all 4 factions, just from the campaign and then doing random stuff.
And other collectibles to pick up along the way, so whether you love farming mounts or looking as good as you can with some snazzy transmog, collectors will definitely want to farm up as much rep as they can. For the crafters out there, you can pick up even more Professor Knowledge by reaching Renown 12 or 14, depending on the faction, so that can give you an edge with all of your crafts. There are some pretty decent gear upgrades and options, up to item level 597 when you get to the high enough renown levels. You also get quite a lot of gear upgrade materials as you progress through each.
597 probably upgradable too beyond that, so I mean it's pretty good, honestly, for starting out the first season.
Track, including crests, valor stones, and even a free enchanted runed harbinger crest to upgrade your crafted gear even further.
Nice.
And there are plenty of other currency rewards like resonance crystals, extra restored coffer keys, kedge, and more. So there are plenty of rewards on offer for all kinds of players, but the most important factor to take into consideration here is that everything is account-wide. The entire renown system is tied to your warband, not a single character. That means that all progression made on any character is collected all into one big account-wide pool.
I think universally everybody believes that warbands is one of the best things Blizzard has done in the game. I don't know, what would be like a comparison to warbands? Has there been a change to the game that's comparable to warbands? I don't think so. It's a huge deal, and people love it. And all I see is like comments and videos and all kinds of stuff about how warbands has changed the way that they see World of Warcraft forever. Yeah, it's a game changer. It is.
All of your ults have the same renown progress as your main, and anything you do on your ults contributes to that same pool. It's amazing. This means you only ever have to farm rep or grind rep once.
Probably the biggest addition to WoW since the Great Vault. I would say like that seasonality to WoW changed things forever, and I think Warband's on the same level. It changed things forever.
And all of your characters will have access to the unlocks. So even if you make an ult in 2 months' time, they would have full access to all of the renown unlocks right away, including those gear upgrades, the profession knowledge, the extra content, all of it. So now that we know what we're actually working towards and the renown grind isn't too bad, let's go through all of the ways you can earn reputation with each of the 4 factions of Khazalgar. We're going to go through all of the big one-time rep rewards first, and then look at some of the things you can be doing every week. To start with, working through the main campaign is going to be the first thing you'll want to get done. I imagine at this point most folks have finished this already, but if you are late to the party, or you think you can skip over the story content in favour of just running dungeons and other content, you are going to want to get the main story campaign completed for multiple reasons.
Yeah, it's a lot of
renown and reputation is just one more factor. As you work through each zone, you'll be getting a good chunk of rep with each faction, so the main story campaign is very efficient for rep farming as well.
Yeah.
Another huge chunk of reputation can be earned from working through the various side quests in each zone. After completing the main story campaign, you should be able to see all of the side quests that are available for each of the zones. Completing these will reward you with reputation for the zone.
By the way, I've seen some really cool stories come out of the side quests as well. Like, they are very well thought out. These are not go collect 5 Talbuk poop. Like, I think there is a poop quest, somebody told me about it. But the side quests, from what I've seen, people have been saying there's some really cool storylines in those side quests
that the side quests are in, and you can get up to 500 rep at the end of each of these quest chains, so they're definitely worth clearing off your map. You only get this rep once per account or warband, so it's only worth doing the side quests once if you're only interested in the reputation rewards. Each zone is also going to have a lot of special one-time treasures for you to collect. I would recommend using an add-on like Handy Notes, which will display the location of each treasure on the map, and will also give you some notes on how to obtain the treasure if it's a little puzzle or maybe a bit complicated. For each treasure you pick up, you'll get 150 rep for the zone that the treasure is in, so I would recommend just flying around the map, playing dot to dot, collecting each treasure for every zone, and that will give you a big chunk of rep towards your next Renown unlocks. While each character can collect the treasures themselves, you only get the rep once per warband, so collecting them on multiple characters doesn't really add any value here. Handy Notes also keeps track of which treasures you have looted for the rep gains, so you can easily see which ones.
I really do like the whole once per warband thing, because it makes people feel like there is no advantage to having alts, and at the same time, it stops the degeneracy of true WoW players, which is to just grind things out to their maximum. So if Blizzard didn't allow it to be one per warband, you know for a fact people would be doing this 5 times a day on 5 different characters and then complaining that the game feels grindy. So Blizzard stops people from hurting themselves, essentially.
Ones you still need to collect. Now, you may have heard that there are also special lore items that you can interact with scattered around each zone that provide some reputation as well. That's partially true. You can find lore items, you can interact with them, but they don't give any reputation anymore. For some reason, these items broke, and the dev team actually removed the related achievement, so for now, hunting down these lore items doesn't seem to be worth it, but this may be fixed in a future patch or update. Now, we also have various weekly activities that provide a whole bunch of rep gains, like the weekly events in each zone. So we've got the Theatre Troupe for Dornagal. Make sure you pick up the weekly quest before taking part in the event, so you get your cash and your rep gains.
I should probably do some of these
today. In the Ringing Deeps, you can find the Awakening the Machine event and talk to Speaker Kuldaz to get that started. When you zone into the event, you should get the quest pop up to defeat 20 waves, but the reputation gains actually come from completing the waves and then opening the boxes outside of the event area next to the NPC who we just talked to. For every 5 waves that you complete, you'll get 1 box, so you do need to complete all 20 waves if you want all 4 boxes, and if you open all 4, you'll get 1,100 reputation, so don't forget to open the boxes outside. You can also pick up the Rolling Down in the Deeps weekly quest, which asks you to collect 10 odd globs of wax. You can pick up this quest from Norbles in Gundagaz. Getting the wax is pretty easy, just go digging in every disturbed earth pile you see, and you'll get 10 in no time. This rewards you with another 1,000 reputation for the Assembly of the Deeps.
That's the one that I'm behind on. Assembly of the Deeps is the one that I have the least rep with. I think I'm like almost 4, like 3.9 of the way there, so I need to get that.
The Arathi, we have the Spreading the Light event. This is super easy. You just need to collect some radiant fragments from the floor or from killing enemies and light 4 of the lesser key flames found in the area. That's it. You don't have to do anything else in this zone to complete the event, and you'll get 1,000 reputation very easily.
Let us lay waste to this realm.
Warderna. Thank you for the sub on YouTube. Welcome to our skirmish.
More potential here if you can spend a bit more time. Every lesser key flame you activate will also open up another weekly quest. Each of these weekly quests rewards you with 200 rep, and they're pretty quick. You mostly just have to do a few chores around the farms, and you might snag some rare kills as well while you're at it.
That's not bad.
Almost every large bonfire flame you see.
One thing I want to say real quick, like kind of a total scope of this video, did you guys notice how much variety there is in the questing in the War Within? Like just the quests he's talking about and the different world events and stuff. I feel like there is so much variety that doing quest to quest has yet to feel grindy in this expansion, even through the campaign, and like doing the side quests and everything. Like there has not been a moment where I feel like, oh, another one of these. No, it's just like every single quest has something different to do, and they've really mixed it up very good. Like the questing team and WoW, this is their best content they've done in a very long time. Very, very long time, but it's very good.
Here we'll have a lesser key flame nearby, so there really are a lot of quests here you can complete every single week to grind your Arathi reputation a bit faster. And then for Azj-Kahet, they don't have an event per se, but they do have another weekly quest which asks you to dedicate yourself to one of the 3 Severed Threads factions. When you choose a pact for the week, you'll get a weekly quest which is a standard fill up the bar style quest. You can kill rares, complete world quests or quests, and just generally take part in the zone to fill this bar up. Hand that back in and you'll get 1500 rep with the Severed Threads faction that you chose, and 2500 rep with the Severed Threads faction themselves. Choosing a pact will also open up some other content for the week, like extra world quests in Azj-Kahet to earn even
and I believe
more
choosing
rep
a
with
pact,
your chosen Severed Thread.
By the way, choosing a pact is a warband bound decision, so whichever one you pick for the week, that's for across everyone.
Faction. Now, something else you want to keep an eye on are the special assignment world quests. You should get 2 of these per week, and they're usually very easy.
Yeah,
the only drawback is that you have to complete 3 other world quests in the same zone to activate the special assignment, so it can take a little bit of time. Each special assignment you complete will give you 200 rep for the faction related to the zone that you're in, so that's going to be a nice little boost, and you're probably going to want the cash drop as well. Thankfully, those 3 world quests you're going to complete are also going to...
And by the way, the cash drops are important. Like all of these world quests and everything he's talking about, when you get a cash drop or these big events where they give you a cash at the end, it's important to note that the first 2 will give you adventure gear along with them, and the first, I think it's 4, will give you coffer keys. And the coffer keys are used in the delves. The what's it called? There's a name for like the delve when it's like empowered or whatever. And you get an extra chest out of it. You use the coffer keys to unlock those. So it's important to at least do like 4 big cash events every single week.
Bountiful delves. Every world quest will reward you with 50 rep for the zone that it's in, so clearing the map of world quests can start to add up quite quickly as well. Some world quests can also reward you with bonus rep as their reward, so keep an eye out for those especially. If you want to squeeze out just a little bit more reputation for each world quest you complete, you can also pick up a contract. These are created by scribes and you can find them on the auction house. You can only use 1 contract per week and it is account wide, so you'll want to choose wisely. The higher the tier or quality of the contract you use, the more rep you're going to get, but it is quite small. It's only 15 rep at rank 3, and they can cost you a very pretty penny. Still, if you have plenty of gold and want some more rep, that's something to keep in mind. You're also going to want to kill every single rare that you come across while adventuring out in the world. Every rare you kill will give you 150 reputation with the faction tied to the zone that the rare is in, so if you run out of things to do, you can spend some time hunting or camping rare spawns that you haven't managed to kill yet. These rep gains also seem to get reset weekly, so you can go out rare hunting, collect a bunch of rep, and then do it all again after the weekly reset rolls around. I personally just kill every rare I come across now, just to make sure I've gotten credit for the current week.
That's awesome. I love the variety. Like, imagine you're tired of questing, you're tired of maybe doing some stuff for rep grinding. So what do? Casually fly around the zone and start killing rares. Like, there are so many different ways to do things in the War Within, and it's really good to see.
Also want to pick up and complete the dungeon weekly quest in Dornagal. This is super simple. Weekly, just complete the dungeon the quest asks you to do, hand that back in, and you'll be able to choose a faction to earn 15.
You can kill the rare multiple times in a week, but you will only, what he's saying is you will get rep for it 1 time every week, Monarch. So if you're like mount hunting or something, you can continually keep killing rares, but to get rep, to get that 150 rep, that is once per week, it looks like.
100 reputation with. You want to do this one every week for sure. It's a massive chunk of rep for very little time investment. You can also find a couple of PvP quests over in the PvP area in Dornagal. The first one is available to everyone and will rotate each week, so it may ask you to do different things, but they're going to be PvP related. The week in which this was recorded, we got the Arena Skirmish quest, and completing this PvP weekly can net you an extra chunk of reputation with one of the factions.
Nice.
Now, if you have War Mode on, you can find another quest here which asks you to collect Sparks of War. You can earn these by completing all kinds of objectives or content while War Mode is on, or just by killing other players. This quest will give you another 250 reputation for one of the factions. Now, something that a lot of players don't seem to know about is that completing delves can net you some huge reputation gains. It's not just any old delve though, the reputation only comes from bountiful delves and only from the special locked chests that you can find at the end. There are two big problems with this farming method. First, you're going to need a restored coffer key to open up those locked chests. The keys are limited to about 4 per week, so this is by no means an endless farm, and those keys have other rewards tied.
Yeah, and you're going to want to wait. Don't use your keys this week. Wait until the season starts on September 10th. If you're watching this video after that, then you can go ahead and use them. But save your coffer keys, guys, this week.
To them like gear, which increases the value of the keys
then you can
to
rank
the point
up
where
that
most
delve
players
to
are
level
actually
8
holding on to their coffer keys until they can play the delves at the higher tiers in Season 1 to get the best gear rewards available from each key. That does mean, though, that we'll eventually reap these rep rewards when the season starts up and folks start using their keys up. But there's another problem with the rep earned from Bountiful Delves. The faction that you earn the rep with seems to be entirely random. That means that you cannot use Bountiful Delves to focus on one faction or another. You get what you get and just have to hope it's something useful. That's probably fine for the folks who want to get everything to max renown ASAP, so just keep in mind that if you run a delve...
Yeah, the reason why I was telling you hold your keys is because you see his delve is capped at 3. You can work these up to 8 and get heroic level raid gear from them, but you can't do that. You can't get past 3. Rank 3 until the season starts, which is why I'm saying hold on to your coffer
in the
keys.
Dornagal zone, that doesn't guarantee you're going to get Dornagal rep. One useful tip that I do have for you here is that even if you're saving your keys on your main character, you can use any alts that you have and their keys to farm reputation while saving the good stuff for your main. Obviously, this only works if you actually have alts and don't necessarily care about gearing them up, but if you have alts you don't care about, their keys might give you a pretty big boost to your reputation farming, as every bountiful delve you complete and unlock that chest at the end is going to reward you with 1000 reputation for a random faction. You're also going to want to keep your eyes on the in-game calendar, specifically for when the Dark Moon Fair is in town. When the Dark Moon Fair is active, you can grab a buff from riding the merry-go-round that provides you with 10% bonus experience gains and 10% bonus reputation gains. That 10% bonus is going to be huge for the one-time rewards especially, like the side quests and the treasures. But it's also going to increase the value.
Yeah, I heard that. Oh, God, yeah. First thing I'm doing today is riding the merry-go-round, and then I'm...
Big weekly quest rewards like the Dungeon Weekly and all of the weekly event rewards as well.
Just gotta ride the rides.
Dark Moon Fair is in town, don't forget to go pick up your rep buff before handing in all of this stuff. But that's how you can farm reputation and renown with the 4 new factions in the War Within, so that's it for this video. Are there any specific rewards that you're working towards in the renown system, and does the whole thing being account-wide make you more interested in this kind of content? Leave all your thoughts in the comment section below. A big thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and to all of our members here on YouTube. You can see their names floating by on screen. If you're interested in supporting the channel, you can find links in the description or click the join button just below the video. If you enjoyed the video or found it useful in any way, make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you're always kept up to date. Thanks for watching, folks. Good luck and have fun, and as always, I will see you next time.
There you go. From Kalani. Nice little video there. Yeah, the gist of the video, I mean, just look at how many divisions it has here. What does he got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's like 15, 16 different ways to grind rep. And that's the nice thing about the War Within is honestly, it gives you such a big variety of content to do for the things that you want to do. It's just been really, really good. Honestly. All around, great expansion so far. Grinding rep, grinding levels, whatever you want to say. You could take out the word grinding because it has not felt like a grind at all. That's for sure. It's been a lot of fun, and these are the ways to get your rep, boys, so go ahead and do it. Nice video.